What do you get when... Wait a minute. Hold on. I forget something. Ah! What the heck was that for, dude? You scared me to death. Ah, jeez.
Aren't you forgetting what today is?
Dude, I have it right here. Oh, yeah. Today is a fight between your favorite childhood heroes.
Yeah! I was excited to
She's been waiting for this for months, guys, and she's helping me doing the research.
Yes, and I was like, I felt like I was begging, but I wasn't.
But you were banging. Because
I was. Because I wanted
it.
to go like, is it going to happen today? I kept on doing that, right?
Jeez, you're always like how many days when it's always months and years.
Yes.
But still, we have a fight between Emily's favorite childhood heroes. Louder than these two. Captain Underpants, the Wedgie Prince.
Yay!
And...
Dogman!
The
doggy
cop.
Doggy cop, yes, I said that.
No, you didn't.
Oh, come on, you got me.
And, okay, we're just gonna stick with that. Alright, so, since these two have not been researched, and this is their first time here, we're now gonna be doing the research, the science to see. They analyze their stats, weapons, and abilities.
Oh, Jaden, where did you get that background?
Oh my god, you're ruining it.
Okay.
It's time to analyze their stats, weapons, and abilities to see who will complete their legendary mission.
Okay.
This is George Beard and Harold Hutchins. George is the kid on the right with the tie and the flat top on his head. Yep. Harold is the one on the right with the t-shirt and the bad haircut.
Yep. Remember that, guys.
Remember that now. And I actually took a screenshot of that then. Yep. Sorry. There are fourth graders at Jerome Holmes Elementary School that you might hear them known as disruptive and bad attituded.
Yep.
But we think of them as...
pranksters. Oh, dirt.
No, pranksters. And,
pranksters.
And we also think of them known as kind and sweet.
Plus, also watch the movie. It's the best.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah. Oh yeah, also a bit silly.
Yeah.
So silly, in fact, that they get in trouble by this guy. And yet again, I took another screenshot. Like this.
Mr.
Hold on. And this is Jerome Horowitz Elementary School. Principal, Mr. Krupp. He's the worst principal in the world.
He's a butthead. He's so rude.
Jeez. And they always get in trouble by this. And if you also haven't heard the backstory...
Yes.
If you haven't heard the backstory about Mr. Krupp, we'll introduce that to you right now.
It's about his mama.
Not really, Emily.
Okay.
It was about when he was a fourth grader in Jerome Horowitz Elementary. He was actually known as Benjamin Krupp, and he started to have a nickname named DJ Crazy Krupp. And did you remember? And Emily, did you remember that where he was trying to do a rap and he tried to do like a breakdown dance, and then he tried to fail, and then his mom tried to. And
I know. She had all of those fruits and vegetables, but all they did was get them. She passed them out to every kid, and they threw them at him. Boom.
And then he went to a restroom, started sobbing. If you don't know what sobbing is, it's crying.
Yep, in a bad.
And it recruited him to become mean and grumpy and become principal at Jerome Horowitz Elementary and treat everyone like a threat that he did.
Stop doing that laugh.
Ow! Jeez, what was that for?
That's for making that ugly laugh.
Okay, fine. But still, it recruited him to become the worst principal in the world. And so, if you might have it known as George and Harold actually went picked on, and they
have to go all day just for him, that little tiny guy. That's the dummy.
And also, if you haven't heard about this guy, Melvin Sneedley.
Yep, and he is annoying. Try to do his voice again.
But hold on, before we get on to that, Melvin Sneedley is in fact and is very smart. After a young age, Melvin was actually born with talent of scientific history and was born with mathematics challenges and has good reading skills.
Yeah, but he's still annoying.
But we're ignoring that.
Yeah, and say the voice.
He's also the same thing overgrown pterodactyl. Professor Underpants! George and Harold are trying to stop you!
Oh yeah, he is
just so annoying.
Yes, he's annoying.
Who would ever want to have a butthead in their school like Melvin?
I know, right? He always loves homework. Look, if you watch the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but let me spoil one part. it was time for when Mr. Crab told them that they were supposed to have a test, like a B-Gen test for 9 o'clock all the way to 9 a.m. And he was excited.
What? No.
There.
No, that wasn't it. Mr. Kraut was actually telling them that there was an invention convention.
Yes,
and
that's what I was
And they must be there with their inventions at 8 a.m. And they were supposed to be done with their projects all day until 9 p.m. And then he was excited about that.
Yes.
But we're ignoring Melvin's Neely. But back in the day, when George and Harold had a brilliant idea for a prank, and it also recruited them to do everything that they all wanted to do, the excited about. When Melvin introduced the Turbo Toilet 2000! And also recruited him to become one of the best scientists in all of the Elisa Nadi Academy, his dream school.
He's annoying. He's still annoying. Melvin is still annoying, but they are not.
Okay, but Melvin didn't know this, that George and Harold had a brilliant idea to hijack Melvin's Turbo Toilet 2000, but they did. And so they recruited, and then Mr. Crab, and then what they didn't know is that they caught them on Melvin's nanny cam,
and it's a little tiny turtle.
Also known as the Title Turtle 200.
Yeah, and he's so cute. And then in the inside, there's a camera.
Nanny cam. It's a nanny cam.
Oh, it's got a nanny cam?
They got caught, and they would recruit them to be in separate classes. But if you haven't heard about the theme song, jeez, I just want to sing this right now.
Do it.
So George and Ham made comic books were cool.
Me too.
But they had a mean old principal, told them what to.
Blah, 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 blah.
So they got a hypno ring, and first they made him dance, then accidentally, kind of purpose, turned him into Captain Underpants. Tra-la-la. And plus, if you haven't noticed, when you snap, he's the captain, not the brightest man. And don't forget, when he gets wet, you're back where you began. Emily, will you please?
Blah, 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 blah.
Put it all together, what can possibly go wrong? And that is the end of our Captain Underpants song. By George, Harold, and Harold, Hudson, and Jaden, and Tra-la-la.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's like the best song ever.
If you haven't heard about the lyrics, they had a hypno ring, and then they made him dance. And then
that's not on the cartoon.
And that accidentally, kind of purpose, turned him into Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants.
Now it's like this. Captain Underpants.
Blink, blink, blink.
What?
That was amazing!
What was that But back to Captain Underpants. He was one known as a no down witchy no power guy.
Yeah.
And then so that he went into toxic acid.
Yeah, and that made him get to
superpowers.
And then he got fat again. And then he gets to fly like an angel or a bird or anything else, yeah.
And also he has his unlimited underpant ammo, which actually looks like a gun, but it's a bow and arrow at the same time, which shoots underpants.
Yep, it's hilarious. If you pull something from under his pants, you already know it's going to be underpants.
Also, if you haven't noticed of a comic book, if you haven't heard of Captain Underpants' origin story live action, he was once known as a baby with a king and a queen, and then their city was collapsed into a bilateral explosion.
Yep.
And then they decided to swoop him into space and survive the crash landing as a freaking baby.
But on the comic book, he was adopted by dolphins. Ah!
But under the comic book, he was actually adopted by humans, not dolphins.
Yeah, but when they leave.
But anyways, back to Captain Underpants. And have you seen the cartoon of
What if they kept on being dolphins?
Hold on. Also, if you haven't noticed that this video is really taking too long, but we're going to be skipping on to this right now. If you happen to notice that he has stretch powers, which those powers will be included. But if you haven't heard of the other lyrics, don't forget, when he gets wet, you're back where you began.
Blah, blah, blah.
And don't notice that Captain Underpants is still here to save the day.
Woo!
Did you happen to notice that the Dave Perky actually created Dogman as well?
Yeah.
Let's get on to his origin story. George Beard and Harold Hutchin actually were tired of Captain Underpants making the...
They were tired?
Yeah, because they made Captain Underpants all through and through and through and through.
Uh,
And then when they look inside their drawers, they had their old comics known as Dogman. And they decided to remake them known as Dogman. Because
yeah, and I have one of the books, and I gave them to J-Dem and Sonic, and that's my brother.
also, if you happen to know that backstory about Dogman, once there was a police officer and there was a normal cop, and there was a normal dog cop, also known as Dogman.
Wait, and there was an evil person named Petey.
Hold on, we're not on to that.
Okay.
When they happened to notice that they saw some dynamite, and so, and the police officer didn't notice that dogs were actually colorblind, and then explode. The person's body was the person's head was dying, and the dog's body was dying, and so they decided to switch places into them while they both survived getting cut into half. And then together they became Dogman.
Okay, now let me talk.
All right, here you go.
Okay, and there's a. Oh, wait, why do I still? About Dogman, and he runs off, and beats a cop like a normal hero.
But you might hear him described as annoying and an idiot.
Yep.
But
If you look at the Dogman call, Dogman. I tell 2 kids, watch it. Any video that has that, watch it.
if you might notice that Dogman, he has incredible strength and durability. If you happen to notice that all of his strengths were actually endurance, but we're only using the comic book, but we're only using the Dogman and Cat Kid version of Dogman because he shows incredible strength, speed, and durability.
There's another book of after Dogman and Cat Kid. It's called Dogman.
The Lord of Fleas.
Yes, the Lord of Fleas.
But we're just sticking to the Dogman and Cat Kid version. If
Wait,
you haven't,
no, you mean actually Dogman, a Tell 2 Kittens?
Emily.
Okay.
Okay, so what you haven't noticed that Dogman actually had superpowers when little Petey actually had Petey when they wanted to recruit super villains, but little Petey decided to recruit a superhero since he didn't know anything about evil. So he wanted to join in the Dogman's team, and Petey was decided to take over the world. And did you remember that fish guy?
Oh yeah,
What was his name again?
Flippy.
Flippy. Flippy wanted to take over the world more than Petey did, and then decided to take over the world with live-action buildings. The buildings were shown incredible strength, durability, and speed. If you happen to notice that Cat Kid and Dogman were actually in a recruit, of not really.
It's like the best book. Go check all the Dogman books out. Go to the library or something. Find Dogman books. You don't have to get them, or if you want to, you can get them.
But for the recruit of that, for the recruit of the Lord, Dogman was actually known as a super cop. And with his best friend and help, little Petey, they actually destroyed buildings, monsters, and even Flippy and Petey.
Yep, Flippy is crazy.
They decided to recruit a
Tell them
superhero.
how, Flippy.
Emily.
Made it.
They decided to become a rejoining crew of legends. And if you don't remember Flippy's backstory, he was actually known as the police chief's pet.
Yes, he wanted a pet.
Also, when Dogman was actually in his office to recruit some crazy mess, the chemicals actually went inside the fish because it was dead. And with the recruit of the records, some scientists actually recruit to actually take him. Oh yeah, did you remember that one lab scientist actually threw Flippy and actually went into a chemical living gas?
Yeah.
That was
yeah. But you remember how he turned real?
But no matter what happens, Dogman is still a super cop, and don't ignore him, because he'll get on you. Stop it, Dogman! Alright, the combatants are set. Catch your votes in, people, because
I think Dogman. I'm not gonna vote.
It's time to end It's time to see who could prevail their legendary mission. Maybe I got that right. So hard. Okay, just to be clear, sure. We interrupt this warning with this warning. The following scenes are so violent and naughty You are not allowed to see them. And the rest of the battle will be presented in Flip-O-Rama for your safety. Safety. It's actually that. Captain, animal abuse. See, look at it. Oh, that's gold. Doggy, human abuse. I messed up on there because I wasn't even in the right aiming spot. Big mistake. Okay, that was even a bad thing. Diagnosis, failure. Now we can't talk to you because, you know. Well, Emily, there goes your childhood.
No! And I thought everybody knew it.
And for every of you who has been a fan of Dogman and Captain Underpants, there goes your childhood. Anyways, let's discuss why Captain Underpants wins. Okay, just because Captain Underpants has powers doesn't make him more stronger. Dogman was actually more stronger than Captain Underpants. But if we take a look at the collisions at the speed, Captain Underpants, if you remember that, hey Emily, did you remember in the movie where Captain Underpants actually shrunk his own self and tried to attack Professor Poopy Pants and was so small that he actually sliced and was actually like hard enough to slice 3 limb bumps? He was actually cut in like a knife, which actually makes Captain Underpants more durable than Dogman. And if you haven't noticed, Dogman had the strength advantage. And also Captain Underpants had the ability, training, strength, and speed and durability advantage.
Like everything else. Just kidding, not everything.
While Captain Underpants did take the victory, Dogman actually gets a wedgie. The winner is Captain Underpants. From the creators who got Nintendo. Studio that had Naughty Dog. Mario vs. Crash Bandicoot. Coming soon to YouTube.